boy Shunt and your boy Redactedy.
What's going on? Catch us on Wylion Mofo, Real Dumbshit and Redactedy Shunt for the Twitter. On YouTube and on Facebook is Official Wylion. Instagram is Wylion Official and Mixcloud is Wylion RDS for all that dumb shit.
The left thumbstick and the right thumbstick of podcast entertainment are here to tickle your fancy. My name is Shunt. His name is
Redacted.
And we are in control, motherfuckers. Just a quick rundown. We've got a little review on the HBO preview thingy. Although it's not that much to go on, I'll be honest with you. We've got like a sort of like explanatory bit about Eternals. Gremlins animated TV series, R. Kelly 10 counts, and Bond, Oscars, Spike Lee, Green Book, all that good stuff. But before we get into all that, what's the dumb shit, sir? Any dumb shit? Anything to share?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good to be here today.
The other day I went and watched Michael Jackson Thriller.
Okay.
Live.
Yeah.
The show that's in West End.
Yeah. How was that?
I had a subpar... considering I had got the ticket for free, I had a subpar performance.
Wow.
Sort of thing. Which, I don't know. I'll tell you the reasons why. It's one time I'm not actually being unreasonable.
Really?
Yeah. So I opened up, and the most lethargic kid, lethargic, he looked like he had like 2 shows left in his sort of like series, came out. And, he performed some of the Jackson 5 early stuff. And he's talented, he had the voice and all that stuff, but you couldn't sell it by his face. He was like completely out of it. He was like, nah, I'm out, sort of thing. That's how it began. So, alright, I'm going to buckle myself in. Looks like the cast are in a bit of a disarray. The dancing is superb. Everything is superb in regards to sort of like lighting. Everything, it ticks all the boxes.
Yep.
However, it's just the delivery. The delivery at the moment, I believe, because they haven't got a real storyline, they have little storylines within like little sketches that they do with the sort of narrative there, but there's no overall storyline. And I think a lot of the people that do go to see a show like that would be expecting a storyline of some kind.
Okay, so does it just go through like the hits chronologically?
Yeah. It's like you watching YouTube on shuffle. Michael Jackson discography on shuffle, which is good and bad, because you're going to get some good stuff, but there's no character building, there's no arc, there's no build up. It's just straight up.
But is it at least like crafted in a way like you would like a mixtape back in the day?
No.
So it just does no rhyme or reason to how they put the songs together.
Yeah, there's no like. There's no even flow, I think that's the key word.
Yeah.
It might have been the case that they review each show and they change the lineup just to keep the dancers and the singers and everybody that's involved happy. But, realistically, the delivered show that I watched, it was subpar. It might have just been an off night. It seemed like an off night. There was one incident during the Smooth Criminal bit where the guy ran on top of the platform.
Yeah.
And he had a bit of trouble getting into the rig for the lean, innit? Obviously, everybody's like clapping the performance on because it's Smooth Criminal, innit? That's what everybody's come there to see, I assume.
Maybe.
No, because you got the guy on the front, and it's like Thriller, blah blah blah, or that and Thriller, I would say. Because he's dressed like how he is in Smooth Criminal.
True.
It's like, Thriller. Either. I ain't got nothing against the talent of these people. They are talented. However, the delivery was subpar, sir. But not as subpar as me getting a drink from the bar. I paid £6 for a slush puppy, bro.
What kind of slush puppy was that? They give you a happy ending as well?
No. The only happiness that I actually had is when I must have bought one of those mediocre sort of like binoculars that they had.
Oh yeah.
Because you get.
How much was the binoculars?
That's £1. But what should have happened is that I should have taken the binoculars home with me.
Yeah.
To put gone in, but I just put them back. I was like disgusted.
Oh, so you borrowed the binoculars for a pound?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a trolley, but then I didn't get my pound back, so I'm like, bruh. Should have kept them.
Oh, good. £6 for a thing, £1 for binoculars.
Yeah, I mean, don't get twisted. They made more money off that whole thing than I did. So,
well,
I respect that. I respect that.
Obviously, that's what's meant to happen.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, don't get twisted.
You're out. You're meant to spend money. They're not spending money on you.
This is it. No, I think it is as well. It's not for me, innit? It's for a younger audience.
Is it?
I reckon. I mean, this is the thing. It's my generation, but it's a younger show.
Exactly.
But in saying that, it takes a lot to impress me nowadays, which is horrible. Like, I used to be okay with like one backflip in a film. Remember when somebody used to backflip in a film and you thought it was cool? You were talking years ago now. Like,
maybe, but that might have been before my time.
Well, you either. Backflips were rare in films. You'd respect them more. You'd be like, wow.
Yeah.
But when you see the same backflip like 20 times within the same show, you're like, I don't care. After number 4, I mean, as horrible as it sounds, number 4, that I believe is the quota of any backflips in any live stage performance. 4 backflips.
Really?
Yeah. Unless it's a really dangerous backflip.
Or like over glass.
Over glass, over flame, over something. Like, it has to be some form of danger. It's like the whole thrilling, shocking aspect of it is gone. After you backflip 4 times, it's done. It's terrible.
Interesting.
Speaking of stuff that's been done more than 4 times and
Before
is almost
that.
done. Wow. We haven't had this for a while. I'm intrigued. Please.
Did you see or hear about this Serena Williams cartoon thing?
No.
So apparently a court decided today that it was not racist.
Okay.
That this racist cartoon, I'm gonna say it's a racist cartoon. A court apparently decided it was not racist. I want to see who decided what these people look like who decided this was not racist.
I haven't seen the video yet, but I will do. This sounds fucked up. What exactly happened within the video?
Apparently, like a while ago, I can't remember how long ago. Maybe it was like Wimbledon or some shit. Like something happened, and she basically threw her toys out the pram, had a bit of a one, and some cartoonist decided to capture the moment with a racist cartoon. I'm gonna say it's a racist cartoon because it looks like a racist cartoon.
What, the lips over exaggerated?
Oh yeah,
over exaggerated.
Yeah. I mean, like I saw one person.
But
like,
what was the overall theme? Was it like of a comedic aspect, or was it like just like all?
Not really. It was just like a
stupid?
picture of someone jumping up and down, throwing a tantrum. It was like there was no
racial connotation.
It wasn't funny unless you are a race.
Is this on YouTube? I assume it's on YouTube if it's depicted.
I saw it on Twitter. Like if you look up like Serena Williams cartoon or whatever, you might be able to find it. But
this
like
this is my live reaction.
Because I heard. Well, no, I heard about the tantrum at the time.
Yeah, so did I. That was that was the final, wasn't it? The Wimbledon final.
So. I don't really give a shit about tennis. I like watching it sometimes, but like a lot of the times,
I watched the Williams sisters, the top notch.
Yeah. I mean, tennis in general, like I'm in and out. I don't really, not really that interest. Well, not that.
So the one that we're talking about is Mark Knight, yeah.
I don't even know what the guy's name is.
Yeah, press council delivers ruling on Mark Knight.
Yeah, so I kind of heard about it on the time vaguely, and that's one of those things that didn't really want to get involved. I wasn't really. But then today, when I see it come up, it's like, oh yeah, like a court decided it's not racist. I'm thinking like, what? Like,
I mean, she looks a lot older than she needs to be.
Who's that's the one, yeah. Who's appointed these people decided?
It's Australia.
Decide
it's Australia.
whether someone's racist or not.
It's Australia. They killed the indigenous population is no longer existent, so you just have to paint a veil of that. But saying that, not all Australian people are racist. We're not.
Obviously not.
We're not tarring everybody with the same brush. But rich Australians,
Some of my favourite podcasters are Australian.
You know what I'm saying?
But
rich Australians, they might be racist, and every right to be so. When you get rich, that's the one thing. You can be racist.
The thing is, like, I saw like one of the, like, I didn't read every comment on the picture. I read a couple.
The comments would be more racist than the actual image, I reckon.
Probably, but to be honest, I only read one.
What is that one?
No, well, the guy was saying, "Oh, like this is kind of like his style. Like he does lots of like he's a caricaturist, so like that's his style of drawing." But then I'm thinking to myself, like that's fair point, but like it's too soon, bruv. It's too soon. Like you
It's
can't.
been like a year.
No, I just mean like it's too soon. It's too close to the times where those things were just prevalent. Like every image of a black person looked like that. And it was just pure racism. It's too soon for you to be like, nah, it's just a caricature. Fuck you. I don't even care if you're not racist. Like, it's too soon. Like, you can't be like you can't feel it's free to do that shit. Like you can't, because it's just too soon. It's too close to the bone. It's not
close to the bone. Let's be real. Like Liam Neeson, that was close to the bone.
Well, that's just straight up racism. That's just like.
But it's like Serena Williams. That one, I mean, to be fair, it doesn't really look like her. I mean, it'd be more racist if
that makes it more
looked
racist. That makes it more racist that it doesn't look like her.
No, it's the assumption of what everybody is thinking. Oh, it is Serena Williams. For example, I wouldn't know that was Serena Williams. I just think it's just some random character or somebody.
Like someone. It's not like he anonymously posted it. Like it's a picture
in the paper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So newspapers wipe your ass at that. It's fine.
No, it's not fine.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's not that important anymore.
No, it's not. No, it's not that important, but it still is racist.
Yeah, it's very racist, and it does need to be addressed. But it's one of those ones where, who's it racist to? Right? This is a very key aspect, because you're a judge. I'm assuming you're thinking that this celebrity is being up their own arse and they don't know what's up. It would have been different if somebody from the public addressed it as a racist issue, which I hope it was, because
maybe.
Well, if it was, actually, it actually offends me more, because I'm thinking if it was brought up by, say, a Serena or a Venus Williams, then I can understand why it's sort of thrown out, because you're just thinking it's just vanity and blah blah blah.
More than one person had an issue with the picture.
Yeah, you should do. You should do. I mean, sorry to get all serious on you and all that stuff, but yeah. Yeah, it's a dick move. Just to,
No, it is. No, it's like, like don't throw M-bombs. Like it's a similar thing. Like
it's not. It's not similar.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is. Just because you don't view yourself as racist and you're like out with your friends or whatever and you're singing a song.
No. But this is
fucking M-bombs.
Listen, that is a fault of both the artist and the industry and the culture of America.
Yeah, but you can't.
How can I put it?
You can't blame a culture for you can't blame a culture itself for being itself. Like, the culture didn't create. The culture didn't create itself.
But this is the whole
society forced.
This is the whole entire thing that I say, right? You're embracing all other races into your culture, but you're also using the M-bomb or nigger or whatever as a conduit for.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, because in different cultures, like in South Africa, because the South African rap, they use kaffa as a sort of positive into a negative and all that stuff. You've got like R1, which is Negro or nigga or nigger or whatever. GGA or G. I mean, you've seen Black and White, right?
Black and White.
Yeah, the one with Robert Downey Jr.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, basically, like, there's a difference apparently between nigger with NGGER and an A, and if you have a Z in there, it's like Caligula.
Yeah.
Either. Anyway, that shit happened. So there's actually a sort of segment of middle class or upper class white people that use the word nigger, but they don't use it in the GGER phase. They'll be like, yo, what's up, my nigger?
Yeah, and I'm saying no.
And school teachers as well.
I'm
School
saying no.
teachers. Have you seen that
I'm
school
saying
teacher
no.
one?
No.
Have you seen the Jesus Christ is my nigger one? No. Oh, that one. Mwah. That one. In fact, I'm gonna put it on now because
Yeah, my point is no.
No
pictures. Fuck that shit.
no pictures. What else?
No pictures. No M-bombs. Like, keep your mouth
M-bombs.
quiet.
Why are you saying the M-bomb? That's even worse.
What?
You're saying the M-bomb. You might as well just say nigger.
Whatever.
No.
Doesn't make
no,
a
no, no,
difference.
no, 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 no.
Whatever.
Nah, I'm just saying.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
Just be quiet. Like
It's
don't draw no
it's
pictures.
It's like when people say the N-word,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. It's like you're saying it, but you're
but you're not saying it.
yeah, exactly. So you're towing that line. So you'd be sort of like, oh, he said N-word this, N-word that, effing and blinding. I'm thinking, bruv, you're painting that picture in my mind because I know what your connotation is. So in fact, you're being even more racist because now you're inciting
Fucking
racism.
bullshit.
You're
That's
inciting
fucking
racism.
bullshit.
You're inciting
That's bullshit.
racism.
That is bullshit.
That's not, bruv.
That is bullshit. You're trying to say someone explaining someone else is saying something but not saying the actual word is worse or as bad as if they said that word to you. Don't be ridiculous. Don't
Yes,
be
because now you're
ridiculous.
passing the blame on to me.
How they blaming it up? What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just saying, bruv. That's
What-
how it is.
what are you
That's
saying?
how it is.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, right, this is the horrible truth.
I don't think it's the truth.
People
This
that
is your
use,
version of the truth.
People that use the word N-word and M-bomb and all that stuff are obviously categorically not the same shade as the person that can, well, I say can, you're not really meant to use it. The word that is acceptable for a certain race to say.
Yeah.
Whether you be Chinese and it be, the C word. See, I can say the C word, and what's that painting in your head?
Cunt.
Okay, fair enough. It's a bad example. But yeah, in regards to just sort of like general sort of terminology of it all, it's pointless. Absolutely pointless. Like, if you are of said race, then you can say it. It would be different if you was like, in real life, a tall white guy called Mark or Dave or something like that. It would be very offensive. But for when me and you are of, say, ethnic descent, we are allowed to say these things.
I'm not saying I'm not allowed to say it. I just chose not to say it at that point in time.
Me as well. I mean, but it offends me. This is my thing. It offends me
I
more.
don't understand that.
It offends me more when people use words like N-bomb.
I understand that.
You could just say something like inappropriate language concerning race.
That's just long.
Better than N-bomb.
To you, maybe, but
N-bomb, and as well, bomb implies to me that's an explosive, destroying word. It's just some word that some white guy...
It's fucking explosive.
It's not. It's some word that some
It's
white guy...
potentially explosive.
Some white guy chose to
It's
describe
potentially
white
explosive.
people, black people, as it were. And, yeah, it's like their negative connotation is titled up within the word nigger. It's not our connotation. We didn't choose to. We had our own languages. We had our own education, our own rich history, and they are the ones that chose to brand us with this word nigger. And this is my concern, because like if it's a case of that's how they view us, and we're then saying it, then it's a catch. It's a catch-22 anyway, because you can't let them use that word against you, and you can't let them empower that word for themselves. So you have to take it on yourselves. But then when you're selling it back to them, you cannot complain when they're saying the word nigger. No. If it's in a song, like this is the thing. This is the thing. No. If you're writing words or you're making a song and you're saying niggas be crazy, niggas be wild, or whatever, then you're back it. You're adding to it.
I'm not writing a song for you to reproduce it. I've made the song. I've got the lyrics. Like, I don't need you to sing the lyrics back to me, blood.
You have to.
I don't need you to sing the lyrics back to me.
This is what people buy into.
Huh?
This is what people buy into.
Yeah, but I don't need that. That's your choice.
It's like when people have like powerful speeches in films or dialogue. It's a thing that they buy into. Some people like the words. Some people like the action. Some people like the way that it's shot and cut and edited. So if you're creating a product or you're creating art, whatever it may be, you have a responsibility of what content you put out. That's my argument anyway. I mean, like, I'm not saying that I'm above using the N-bomb or
No,
the
I
N-word
see what
or
you're saying, but I
nigga
disagree.
or whatever.
I disagree based on the fact that when you're creating art, you're putting part of yourself into it.
Exactly.
So, if you're brought up in a culture where, like, that's how you speak and that's what's happening, that's going to be in your art. You're not going to think that, you're not going to necessarily think that I have a responsibility to take that part of
But you
myself
should.
out of the art.
You should. If
Yeah,
you want to sell
but you
out
might not.
concerts, but this is another thing as well. That's double fold anyway. If you want to sell out concerts, right?
Yeah.
As horrible as it is, you're gonna have to come across. I mean, like if you're a rapper, if you're a singer, it's completely different. It's whatever you're singing about. But if you're a rapper, you have to, you know, attain the sense of authenticity. So they're not going to believe that you're a rapper. This is the paradigm anyway. They're not going to believe that you're a real rapper unless you're black and you're shouting nigga 3/4 of the time.
Disagree.
I'm saying from an American point of view. I'm not saying it from a British point of
I still
view.
disagree.
Me, I feel that you can just have a career and not say nigga, blah, blah, blah. But then saying that, the core audience will reject you if you do such a thing. That is fact. Like,
Disagree.
it's fact. Like, you can't have a... Alright, let me give you an example, right? Will Smith. Yeah, but he still says nigger and fuck in his films.
Yeah, but not in his music.
Not in his music, but he still says it.
That's what
That's what I'm saying. But he's not accepted by the majority of the audience if we actually take into account the box office results. So
That's got nothing to do with it. The box office got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'm just saying this is appeal. His appeal in Bad Boys, everybody liked him in Bad Boys, or Bad Boys 2. That was his last box office success, I would say, in regards to making a return. I mean, you've got say something like Suicide Squad, which everybody watched because they thought it was going to be good, and then nobody ever watched afterwards.
Yeah, but you can't say that. It made too much money to be like, oh, everyone only watched it once. Like that film was making money for months after it came out. You can shake your head all you want. Like,
I'm not shaking my head. I'm not shaking my head.
Well, I'm looking at you and I can see you shaking your head.
I'm not shaking my head. I'm just disgusted.
You can't be disgusted, but it's a fact. That's what happened. That film was making money for months, far longer than it deserved to. And, like, you can't just say, you know, that's not people just seeing it once. That's people watching it multiple times. Wrong or right, that's what's happening.
I suppose. Speaking of wrong and right and things that are black and issues, Game of Thrones was sort of glimpsed at in the HBO special.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I didn't see it.
Well, to be fair, it was like 3 seconds of a dragon flying.
Okay.
That's all I have to report on that one. Same thing with Watchmen. Watchmen, you saw back.
Well done for adding it in then.
Huh?
Well done for adding it in then.
And Watchmen was it's just the back of somebody's head and no dialogue, no nothing, just walking around.
Whose head?
Hmm?
Whose head?
Don't know. It wasn't any of the original cast, so I don't know what to tell you.
Fair enough, I guess.
Angry Birds 2 and Life of Pets 2, I've got more to speak about. But Life of Pets 2 has the worst trailer ever.
Does it?
Yeah.
Why?
Starts off with some weird like bird, and it's got like a fish in an ice block, and it just lands randomly on a roof, and then you see sort of a dog from Life of Pets just like looking at it weird, thinking like what's its deal.
Yeah. And
then you've got like actually you've got a scene of racism in Life of Pets 2.
Okay.
That's actually speciesism. Basically, a dog goes up to a cow and says, "Oh, moo, moo, you're meant to moo," and all that stuff. And the cow takes offensive and says, "Hey, have you got a ball? Have you got a ball? Have you got a where's the ball? Where's the ball?" Sort of thing. But seeing a cow actually move like a dog is actually quite funny, I guess.
Okay.
So that was the better part of the trailer, but the first part.
So it wasn't the worst trailer ever.
Actually, sorry, I combined the two. Angry Birds 2's got the weirdest trailer. My bad. That's what I mean. Like, 'cause I watched both of them back to back, so that's the reason
No
why.
excuse. Fine.
But Angry Birds 2 is just a weird bird in a house of some kind, and it's a frozen block. frozen block.
Was that in both trailers?
Huh?
Was that in both
That's just the
trailers?
one trailer. It's just that's what I'm saying. Like when I watched it back to back. I was like, "What the fuck's this?" And obviously, the Angry Birds 2,
Disgraceful.
the Angry Birds 2 trailer stuck more in my mind to the point. But they're pretty much the Life of Pets 2 is they just go to the country. If that makes sense. They get put in the car and they go to the country.
And I don't know if I can believe you.
And Harrison Ford is Rooster,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
and he's got a cone, and he takes the cone off, kills him. Yeah, kills him off his cone.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which I think is a major spoiler.
Why?
I think that cone would have been on him for a while throughout the film.
Nah, it's probably off in the first 5 minutes.
Maybe. Let's hope so. Probably his rescue time, isn't it? Yeah. So speaking about rescue time, Highwayman.
Yeah, I mean, what? It's not about rescue.
No, it's rescuing the public from Bonnie and Clyde, isn't it?
No, we reject that.
You're rejecting that one.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Explain yourself.
it don't fit.
It is.
It doesn't fit.
That's the rev.
No one says that. No one's ever said you've rescued the public from this villain or these fucking.
That's what they're doing.
No.
Why else would they do it? What is their motivation? They need to save people.
Maybe they like killing, and it's acceptable to kill villains. So they join this posse to kill Bonnie and Clyde.
They
How
don't
about
join the posse. They were
How about
recruited. They're recruited.
Whatever.
You didn't watch the trailer properly.
Give a fuck, man.
You should.
Whatever.
You should, bruv.
I did watch the trailer,
Exactly.
but you're coming with your nonsense and asking me stupid questions.
My nonsense.
Yes, your
This is
nonsense.
my nonsense.
Yes, your nonsense.
Why nonsense?
Yes, your nonsense.
You're being pedantic,
I'm
sir.
not being pedantic.
Okay,
You're
just so
being
everybody
nonsense.
knows, right? We added alcohol back to the fray, and I think Redacted is drunk. And he's coming across quite belligerent. And
This is me every day, man. Alcohol.
no. Last week you're very coherent, sir. Even though you're quiet like a mouse, you're coherent. It's terrible stuff, sir. We are showing our age. It's not cool.
I'm coherent. Talk about I'm not coherent.
Oh God, it's terrible stuff. Speaking of which,
Act like
Highwaymen,
you've got
I'm
the high
looking.
ground.
What do you mean I've got the high ground,
I still don't talk like you got the high ground.
bruv? Slice off your legs, bruv.
It's always got to bring back to violence. Violence, pure violence.
You said high ground, bruv. There's only one reference. If you're, there's only one reference I can make from that. Definitely. Don't do it. I've got the high ground. Terrible. But yeah, Highwayman. Anyway, Bonnie and Clyde hunt down story.
Yep.
You got another one called Love Is a Gun coming out, which is like a Bonnie and Clyde love crazy story,
Okay.
I guess. And there was another one in there's 3 Bonnie and Clyde films that were in production at one point.
You said they were free.
There were.
Yeah, you said they were free. You can't ask me if you're the one that said they were free.
Oh God. So I have to go over the old notes now. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying, like, remember your shit in it. Or don't ask me questions that you have the answers to.
Or, yeah. Redacted, do your own research. How about it? Do your own research. Speaking of which,
Do my own research. That's what you're here for.
which reminds me, another thing I did research was the Eternals.
Yeah, what's happening with that?
At the moment, they're saying that it's going to span, well, the storyline itself is going to span over several sort of like millennia, throughout the human races and all that stuff. And
Okay.
how they're adding it to the stream and everything.
Yep.
Which was one of the theories I came up with.
Was it?
Yeah.
Sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Yep.
When I mentioned the Eternals, I said, well, they're going to start from the beginning, middle, and end. Probably going to have to be like 3 films. Pretty sure I said that.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Confidently, semi-confident about that one.
I'm not
But-
confident at all.
But yeah, in regards to Eternals anyway, I think I described them as something Jedi. Asgardian Jedi.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what I think I've described them as.
Really?
I mean, in regards to exposition, that's how I did it.
Yeah.
So basically, they are the first beings
Yeah.
that manipulated the Kree and manipulated the humans Skrull as well. So the Kree, the Skrull, and the humanity. Or what's the one that is in X-Men? The one with the crystal, the Phoenix. Huh? Or is the Phoenix crystal?
Yeah.
Is it the Shira Empire?
What do you want to know?
Their name, the collective name of the race.
Of Shire.
Shire. Is it Shire?
Shire or Shire? Yeah.
Shira.
Nah.
Can't be Shia LaBeouf, bro.
Why?
Can't be Shia LaBeouf.
Why?
Just saying, it's LaBeouf.
It's not Shire LaBeouf. It's Shire.
Shire. Sure.
Yep. The Shire Empire. Yeah.
Do you reckon it was named after him?
No.
It's about that age. You sure? Good X-Men film. Mrs. LaBeouf and Mr. LaBeouf getting to bed, watching a bit of X-Men animated series. It's quite a dramatic entrance.
No, he's not old enough. I mean, he's not young enough for that.
He is.
No, he's not.
How old is he?
I don't fucking know.
He's about that age, bro. Because you're forgetting. It's like 90. He'd be about 28 now.
Yeah, but he's not 28, is he?
I'm pretty sure he is.
No, he'd be in his 30s at least.
Google it. He just looks old because he's wearing a beard, bruv.
He's like 37.
He's not. Just do it! Age. Shia LaBeouf age.
What's it say?
It's just coming up. Sorry. Open up in YouTube.
Why the fuck would you be looking at it in YouTube?
I don't know. So,
you're drunk.
No, you're drunk, bro.
No, you're drunk. Who's looking up Shia LaBeouf's age on YouTube?
It was just the last time that I opened up, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that he had like no he's 32, bro.
See?
I'm right.
You said he's like 20.
Yeah, but even so, I'm right.
You're not right. You said 20.
I'm right, bro. If he's 32, that means he was born in what year?
90 something, maybe 80. I don't know.
I'm just gonna type in Shia LaBeouf date of birth. This guy's a waste, man. Don't require him for mental arithmetic, bro. You'll fuck yourself.
Yeah, you would. So fuck you. Yeah, that's not what I'm here for. I ain't here for no fucking maths. Fuck.
Bro, I do math all the time.
Yeah, do it then. Do it then instead of looking it up.
Nah, it's 1986.
Yeah, exactly.
It could have been
I
that.
Told you it couldn't.
But
been
then saying that,
you're right. Yeah, you're right. Bullshit.
Yeah, saying that. 96.
Don't ask me for mental. Don't ask this guy for nothing, bro.
You didn't even have, if he said 90, that was his first reaction was 90 something. But then saying that, it was the frame of the question. I did believe that it might have been the case that he was watching the Mr. LaBeouf, not Shia LaBeouf, Mr.
Yeah.
Was watching the X-Men TV series.
Yeah, which of course he's not.
But in which case, I believe he was just reading the comic. How about that?
Yeah, maybe, but I doubt it.
Nah, remember, it's a different time. They didn't have the internet.
So
you have to get a name from somewhere.
So?
Sure.
So?
It's not like
from somewhere else.
It's not like a Dave or a Steve or a Mark.
Maybe in the Jewish community is.
Is he really Jewish?
Actually, no. I think he was fake Jewish.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's plagiarism, innit, all the time. Just keep stealing shit, bro.
I don't fucking get why we spending so much time on fucking Shia LaBeouf.
No, I'm just saying in general. Speaking of which, speaking of Gremlins, shall I say, Gremlins animated TV series.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I'm confused.
Why not?
Why now?
Why not now?
Why not then? Then would have been amazing. Actually, I think there was a den. I think there was a den.
I'm sure there was one. Like, back in the day, everything had an animated series.
Yeah.
Everything. Weird stuff had an animated series.
Yeah, I reckon it might have been. Because I remember the Game Boy game.
Toxic Avenger had an animated series.
Yeah, selling toys, isn't it?
Yeah.
Making noise and selling toys.
Yeah. So, yeah, why not? Why not? Let's go back to the days where everything had an animated series.
No.
Why not?
I don't want to see... Actually, I want to see a Gremlins 3 before I see an animated series.
Why?
It just makes sense.
Nah, doesn't matter.
It does.
Why?
Age rating.
Who cares?
Well, I do.
Why?
Let's see. So it's been developed at the moment. That's the thing. There isn't any animated stuffs.
Yeah.
There's an annoying gremlin in Hotel Transylvania 3.
Yeah.
I think they were teasing the look. I'm pretty sure there was a friggin' TV series, bruv.
I'm sure there was. Fucking Killer Tomatoes had a fucking animated TV series.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think it might have been called The New Batch.
Maybe it didn't,
I reckon it did. Because I can remember it being badly animated.
I think you may be remembering incorrectly.
I'm pretty sure, bro.
Yeah, I was pretty sure, but I've changed my mind.
Was it made by Disney?
Fucking no.
I'm pretty sure it was
I
made
just
by
told you it probably didn't exist. Why are you going to ask me if it was made by Disney?
I'm just saying, that would explain it.
Why?
Do you remember...
Why would that explain it?
No, because everything that Disney makes with a G fades to dust.
Okay, whatever.
Gargoyles. Guardians.
Yeah, but that's not faded to dust. If you looked it up, you'd be able to find it.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, they just stopped it. They start it,
Yeah.
they continue it for a while,
Yeah.
and it just goes.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, well, things going, or not knowing where to go. R. Kelly, 10 counts of sexual offence. Are you surprised?
He does know where to go because he turned himself in, right?
No,
Yeah.
didn't. Really?
Yep. I mean, he didn't admit guilty, like, but he turned himself in.
Yeah,
Then
I'm
they
just saying
have to come
he's
to
got a
his
song
door.
where he's saying he's not guilty.
Yeah, well, I mean, he pleaded not guilty as well.
So, by reason of insanity?
No, he just pleaded not guilty.
To all 10?
Mm.
It's crazy.
Yep.
I mean, what are the charges? Are any of the charges substantial?
Can't remember.
Same.
Well, you should though. That you wrote it down.
No, I just wrote down 10 counts, but... I mean, but I don't know what he's getting charged for. I know there's a couple sex tapes, but that has happened before. They haven't caught him out, as it were. The girls were there technically of their free will.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in the whole financial aid rape. You know, like where women are there because they're getting paid money. And it's the fear of losing that money that they won't leave.
Yeah.
I don't agree on that sort of thing. But I suppose it's the dreams he's attaching with it, innit? He'll write for them, he'll do the album and blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
Selling them the dream, innit?
Yeah.
I don't think. But this is the thing. It's like the whole industry as a whole. R. Kelly is just one of the more known names. He's not the name. If that makes sense. Like, there's people that are far worse than R. Kelly out there. As horrible as it sounds, they are. And R. Kelly's just getting caught now. Same thing with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, what he did was fucked up and wrong. But I'm pretty sure there's a couple people out there doing the same fucking thing, even worse.
Yeah,
They're
probably.
still out there.
Probably.
Money.
So it doesn't diminish what they've done.
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah, well, what's the relevance?
I'm just saying, like, this whole thing about cancelling, as it not cancelling, as in cancelling, like, you know, somebody gets out of line and everybody cancels them, just allows them to go under the radar.
Stupid.
But cancel.
Yeah, just like I hate how like there's people come up and they decide that there's a thing, you know, oh, I'm gonna cancel people, blah blah blah, and everyone's like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah, like fucking sheep or lemmings or whatever.
Nah,
Well,
I
not
can't
lemmings,
lie.
Actually,
I
'cause
can't.
lemmings is a myth, but you know what I'm talking about.
I can't lie. I did cancel him, but I cancelled him like 21 years. Or is it? When was 2000?
No, but you didn't.
I cancelled him 2001.
You didn't. In what
When
context did you
when
cancel
when he
him?
pissed on the girl, I was
No, but
like,
in
I'm
what
out.
context did you cancel him?
Stop buying his music.
That's not cancelling. That's just stop buying his music.
Right.
That's just not supporting a fucking rapist. It's not. You didn't cancel him. You have no power to cancel him.
Well, this is what they're claiming. This is the new thing.
Fuck them people, man. They're fucking stupid.
I know. It's bad, but it's funny.
It's bad. It's not fucking
It's
funny.
cancelled though. It's
It's
cancelled.
just fucking annoying.
It's hilarious.
It's not hilarious.
It
It's
is.
annoying.
It's hilarious.
It's annoying.
I can't wait until we get cancelled.
I don't cancel myself right now. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, what do you reckon we'll get
Which I
cancelled?
actually
What
have
do you reckon we'll get cancelled for though?
You would definitely get cancelled. You're like some weird view that you have. Something you've said.
One weird view.
Some weird view that you've said. Or something that you've said.
But I'm an imaginary character, so it doesn't matter.
Imaginary characters can get cancelled. They get cancelled the most.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
They're the first things to get cancelled.
Explain which one.
Any. Yes.
No.
Gargoyles got cancelled.
Gargoyles got cancelled because it was such.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They got cancelled.
Bruv.
It got cancelled.
I don't get cancelled.
Family Guy got cancelled like 10 times.
But then got revived 10
Yeah.
times.
So they still got cancelled. And they're imaginary characters. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
Imaginary
fine,
characters
fine.
are the first to go.
Family Guys.
First to go.
Fair enough. Family Guy's probably the
Yes.
the
Some
biggest
fucked up view. Some shit you said offhand. Just some off-key, brand nasty shit that you said.
But they
to
said
get
it's
you
far much
cancelled.
worse every single time they come back. That's
Who?
what's hilarious. Family Guy.
Doesn't matter.
You seen the Michael J.
It doesn't
Fox
matter.
one?
It doesn't matter. People love a Family Guy. People don't love you.
What do you mean, bruv? I've got a mum, I've got a father, I've got a sister.
Apart from those people.
People love me.
Apart from those people.
People love Shunt.
No.
I've got more followers than you, by
Hashtag
the way.
cancel. I don't give a fuck. I don't want people to follow me. That's why I say
Everybody
all the time.
follow. My name is Redactedy
Don't
on
follow
Instagram.
Redactedy, don't give a
That shit's
fuck.
hilarious.
Leave it.
Man has no
Leave
photos.
it. Good. Good. Speaking of no photos, yeah, I know what I'm doing with my Instagram.
What are you doing?
I'm going to start reviewing public restrooms.
Public restaurants?
Yeah.
You sure that's legal? You might get cancelled right now. Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
Man's checking out the facilities with his wang out like.
Please. No. 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 The people need to know. People need to know where it's safe to take a piss.
Nah, people need to know where it's safe to take a shit. I'm not that brave, bro.
What?
I'm just saying, like, you need to know where you're shitting, bro. Shitting, I don't care where I piss. To be fair, I'm a guy. I don't care. Selfish, I know. But
No.
I don't care.
I'm not saying, obviously it gets to a point where I don't care, but if I have a choice out of two, and I know one's nice and one's nasty, well, I'm going to go for the nice one, innit?
Well, this is it. Shitting. Like, shitting. Guys' toilets for shitting is the
Look,
worst.
I wouldn't recommend that anyway. Do
It's
that
the
shit
worst.
at home. Do it at home.
Worst, bro.
Do it at home.
Just don't ever. I mean, like, if you're shitting out in public, you're better off going in a black bag, bro.
Oh,
In
it's
some of these
disgusting.
toilets. Some of these toilets, bro.
That's fucking disgusting.
Yes, don't shit in a bag either.
Also, I've changed my mind. Don't follow me. My Instagram is not for
You
public consumption.
can just put it on private. I'm surprised you haven't done that. That would have been the smarter thing to do. Yeah, it's redacted and have it on private. And then you'll be one of those Instagram people that people don't follow but follows a lot of people.
No.
How you gonna get followers?
I want followers. Why do you keep bringing it back to this? I want followers.
Why would you? I mean,
Why would you? Why?
why? I don't know.
Why would I have it?
I don't
The
know.
reason why I have it is that someone doesn't take it. I got it, so someone wouldn't take it and then try and start Instagramming in my name. That's why.
Okay, so
I
it's about
kept
brand.
it to keep the brand to myself, privately and quietly.
Private and quiet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's fair. That's the reason why I took my one, Shuntlife. I just didn't want a guy pretending to be me, bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's what
You need to
offended
do that these days.
Yeah.
Man's all trying to get verified with your name. Fuck that shit, blood. Imagine if someone gets verified with your name.
Bro,
I'll be
people
so
have
mad.
it. People have it.
I'll be hunting for someone in real life, IRL. I'm coming for you.
IRL. Took it too far, bro. I'm done. Can't do it. IRL, you know.
Yeah, that Omar, I'm hunting, blood. I'm hunting.
Oh, dear. Oh, IRL.
think
Hell
I would
yeah.
come, man. Shotty in hand. Blood.
That's horrible, bro.
Blood.
That's horrible.
IRL coming for your meds. Trying to get verified with my name. Hey.
Blue tick.
Hey, blue tick. Hey. Get red tick, blood.
Red tick, you know. That's terrible. The worst thing about it is that nowadays it's so complicated to get these verifications on all platforms.
Yeah.
It's pointless. I mean, unless you're mates with, like, you know, your Dorseys and your Zuckerbergs and your...
Yeah.
I don't know the other names of the other people on other platforms, but I assume you're important as well. Like the guy from LinkedIn. Is it a guy or a girl for LinkedIn?
Guy, maybe? Don't care.
Nah. So...
LinkedIn's the worst.
It's not. It's the best.
LinkedIn is the worst.
It's the best.
No, you know why it's the worst? Once you let one person in, like, the shit just, it's like a virus. Like, everyone's hanging around your shit.
It's not bacteria. It's more of a bacterial thing. It's not a
like a
virus.
virus.
It's a bacteria. It's like they congregate around, and then they invade one by one.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
Especially if you're doing something that's hot. Like if you're doing something that's hot, like podcasting, like myself.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Just seeing too many people up on my LinkedIn. It's like, blah.
One thing that pisses me off now in regards to like Facebook is this new thing called suggested friend,
Yeah.
which much to your
Very pointless.
just to reiterate your word, IRL. I don't know this motherfucker. IRL. I don't know Sandy Watermelon or Veronica Toothpaste. I don't know you.
No, but you might see some chicks that your friend knows that you don't know.
But it's like I'm creeping. I might have to just go on a fucking dating
That's
app.
what fucking Facebook is for.
Oh, it's bad. I don't do it anymore.
Facebook's for creeps.
I don't do Facebook creeping or Instagram creeping anymore. I don't slide up in them DMs. Not anymore. I used to.
Yeah.
I'm not immune to this.
Prolific.
Prolific, yeah. I used to. But now you won't find me sliding up in no DMs, Rob. Just private.
Why not? That's what the suggested friends for, blood.
That's pointless though.
Suggest a friend.
Just a friend. Yeah. So yeah, you lot all look cute together. Seen you, but then it's like somebody else watching me on Facebook. That's what creeps me out about it.
Oh, what you mean if you get suggested?
Yeah, it's like somebody's watching like everyone on Facebook, and like somebody gets like a group of people.
Yeah.
They're like, you need to make more connections. And you suggested this person and that person get together. That way they have more photos. They uploads. I think it's a weird, creepy conspiracy.
It probably is.
So my man's like,
It
yo,
probably is.
you know, you got to get like a couple more connections on, you know, Southeast Quadrant or whatever.
Yeah.
And my man's like, real talk. He was like, yo,
Yeah.
just invent an algorithm or something like that.
Yeah, but that shit is broke because sometimes I'm getting suggested friends from the other side of the planet. It's like, this is not helpful for me.
That's all I get.
That's not helpful for me.
It's like everybody's like switched off that thing, innit?
Yeah.
Because it's
Like
creepy.
all Californians. It's like, that's not helpful, man. That's not helpful at
No,
all.
California's is alright.
Yeah, it's alright, but like,
I've got a place to stay if I
I
go
can't
to
take
LA.
the creeping to the next level, can I?
Yeah, you can.
Nah.
Just have to go
I'll
LA.
have to go, fuck that shit. You know,
In the city.
that's
City
taking
of
no,
Watts.
that's taking creeping too far.
In
You're going
the
to all the way
city.
to California
City of
to go
Compton.
creep. No, that's too long,
Keep
lad.
it rocking.
That's too long. That's
Keep
too long,
it
and that's
rocking.
too much money to spend creeping.
Shake it. So now I've got it in my head. That's it's terrible. But yeah, man, you got to creep. You got to creep, man. If you got, like
Yeah, but there's only so far you can go creeping.
TLC,
Not to fucking LA. That's one.
TLC though, bro.
Okay, so what?
Ain't too proud to beg.
I ain't too proud to beg, but I'm too proud to beg in California.
I'm not too proud to beg in California. I believe the level of puss would drown out the levels of puss in London to some degree.
Probably, but that's not the point.
Especially with a British accent.
That's
oh
not
my
the point.
God, we'll clean up, sir. Going back to Cali.
Look.
Cali.
Only if we're over there on legitimate business. I'm not going over there for like Facebook creeping. That's all
I'm
I'm
not going
saying.
over there for Facebook creeping.
Exactly, that's what I'm
Going there
saying.
for face-to-face creeping.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but whatever. Alright, cool.
Yeah, we probably already got our own entourage over there. Like, just imagine that. We go over there. All we'd have to do is like wear a suit, some clean shoes. We'll fucking clean up, bruv. Guarantee it. Clean up. freaking windscreen wipers, bruv.
Mr. Miyagi.
Wax on, wax on. Drum technique, bruv. You know that shit where the man's just like, yeah, will be drum technique, bruv. Don't know what the third one is. What's the third one?
What?
The third film. Because you know every single film has got a technique.
I don't have it.
Paint the fence, wax on, wax off. Crane
The
kick.
both of those is the first one. All of those are in the first
That's what I'm
one.
saying. And then like it became drum technique. Follow the drum.
I know in the Jaden Smith one it was take off the coat, put on the coat.
Yes. Coat on, coat off. Coat on, coat off. Coat on, coat off. But in saying that, it's Jackie Chan. It's completely different. Mr. Miyagi. I think he actually taught us something else in the next Karate Kid. You know when he got rebooted the first time. And it was is it Jessica Gardner?
No.
Who's that chick? Some chick.
Fucking
The one that was in $1 Million Baby.
Elizabeth Shue?
Maybe so.
I don't think that's what her name is.
What's that girl anyway?
Hilary Swank.
Hilary Swank, that's the one. Yeah, right.
Still got it.
Swank. Remember.
Still got it.
Speaking of Hilary Swank and the $1 Billion Baby, the Oscars just happened. Spike Lee got his way.
I reject that one.
Hmm?
I reject that one.
What do you mean reject? The whole Oscar?
No.
What, the segue?
Yeah.
Why are you rejecting the
Because
segue?
there's not connected. There's no.
It is. She won an Oscar for $1 Billion Baby.
Yeah, you didn't mention that though.
I did, I just said it.
You just said mentioning Hilary Swank and a $1 Million Baby.
Exactly, $1 Million Baby. I mentioned it before. Oh, God. Alright, I'm just going to go to Bond then. How about that? Fuck. So Bond 25 is apparently got the ultimatum, or Bourne ultimatum writers attached to it. Are we excited? Not really. If it was Bourne Supremacy, maybe. Might be like, oh!
Maybe it's the same guy.
Huh?
Maybe it's the same guy.
Maybe. But, you know, I wouldn't lead with ultimatum.
Some people like that one the most.
I like Bourne Identity better.
I think everyone's got their different favourite one because I hear a lot of people say that they like Supremacy the most.
Supremacy.
I've always liked
Supremacy is a different film.
Identity the best because it is the best. That is not subjective. That is just objective.
Somebody gets hit in the neck with a book and stabbed with a biro. What more could you want from a film?
Was it a newspaper?
No, you got
Or a magazine or some shit?
he got hit in the windpipe with the newspaper and then he got choked out with the book.
Right.
I think it might happen over the course of 2 films. I can't remember. They all look the same after a while. What do you mean poor, bro? Trying to put that shit on me. Take your evil somewhere else, mate.
What evil?
Fucking poor, you know. Trying to wish me poor this. I'm already in poverty, bro. Terrible stuff. So yeah. So what do you reckon?
I could be interested. I mean, like, hopefully, I don't know. Like, it just needs something. It just needs a bit of life. Those films just need a bit of life. I think they need to get rid of Daniel Craig. To be honest,
To be fair, they didn't use him
done.
properly.
He's done.
They didn't use him properly. They should have been like 25 Daniel Craig James Bond movies. Like some even when he's crossing over with Pierce Brosnan or Roger
Why?
Moore, just to give it some form of depth. I guess.
What they should do is get Danny Dyer.
Now, this is the part where I usually pause the podcast and slap the shit out of Redacted, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you guys
Don't believe in
listen to
that's
this.
never happened.
Happens all the time.
It's never happened.
Danny
before, ever.
Dyer cannot be James Bond. I did
Why
an
not?
impression of it ages ago. It's terrible.
Why not?
Terrible.
No, but it'd be like it'd just be a good little palate cleanser. You just get rid of Daniel Craig. You just have 1 or 2 films
So
with Danny
Roger
Dyer.
Moore. So you Roger Moore him off, basically.
Yeah. It's like I'm not saying completely goofball it, but just a Danny Dyer James Bond. Like,
I don't know. if Danny Dyer's up for doing it, then fair enough. I reckon we've got a lot more clowns like James Gordon.
James what?
James Gordon, the guy that does carpool karaoke.
Corden.
Corden, yeah. I say it correctly.
You didn't say it correctly.
Corden.
Yeah, you said it correctly now.
No, Corden.
Yeah, you said it correctly now.
I say it pretty correctly. You know,
See, Shunt's drunk.
I'm not drunk.
Shunt's drunk.
You're drunk, bro.
Can't even talk about
No, because you're confusing me.
James Gordon. I'm like, what the fuck is
James Corden.
Gordon?
I said Corden.
You said Gordon.
Bruv, I know the difference between Gordon and Corden.
Yeah, you might know the difference, but your mouth don't know the difference because you're
Oh.
drunk.
You're drunk, bro.
Anyway, no. No. No James fucking Corden.
He looks good in the suit, though.
I don't give a fuck if he looks good in the suit. Look, let him stay off in his little corner
Well, like
where
Farley.
he
It'll be
doesn't
like Farley
interact.
doing Bond.
Don't care.
That'll be funnier.
No, it wouldn't. He can stay off in his little corner doing his little whatever show and he's driving around in cars with comedians or whatever the fuck he's doing.
You're not driving
Where
around.
it doesn't
that's
interact.
Seinfeld.
Where it doesn't interact. Singing or whatever. Singing karaoke, comedy.
Carpool karaoke. I told you what
Fuck.
it was. I told you
No
what
one
it was.
cares. I don't give a fuck about this stupid show.
Redacted's drunk.
I'm not. No. Redacted's not drunk. Redacted's don't give a fuck about James Corden.
He's drunk.
No.
He's drunk.
Just let him do his fucking shows that doesn't interact with things that I might want to watch. So no James Corden as James Bond.
He watches League of Their Own and he said that the
No.
carpool karaoke featuring Lady Gaga was his inspiration. He actually cried during it.
What are you saying? I did that?
Yeah, that's what he
No
said.
one believes you.
That's what happened.
No one believes you. I think actually it was you. You're projecting. You cried during that, whatever that was. I don't even know what it is that you cried at. That's how bad it is.
Carpool karaoke, bro.
No, I know what it is, but I don't know like Lady Gaga what.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, bro. Don't put that shit on me.
Huh?
Don't put that shit on me, bro.
Nah, look, I can see you welling up now.
She was born that way, bro. She was born that way.
I don't give a fuck how she was born, blood.
Terrible. Terrible. So yeah, let's get down to the meaty gritty stuff. So Spike Lee and 45,000 other directors got the popular film category cancelled on the basis that they felt that it was taken away from the Oscars and they wouldn't win an Oscar that year.
No,
Okay, some of them thought they would
disagree.
win an Oscar.
I disagree.
Some of them
I
definitely.
disagree.
What, with the whole process or?
No, I disagree with what you're saying.
Okay, what's the main reason why?
Because it's just a bad idea. Like the more you split the categories takes away from the film that wins. Like it takes away from any film that wins.
Yeah, but I reckon cinematography versus the person that has the film or the best film. It depends how.
That's why that split makes sense. But if you're splitting between a popular film category or like you do like best horror film or best like superhero film, like one is going to be like a 10-hour show, and two, like it just takes away from what really is the best film then.
One thing I will say that they should do is they are going to be doing the categories split up.
No, they shouldn't.
No, but I'm just saying the way that they should do it is that you have the standard Oscars, which is like what we know and love, which is the standard stuffy nonsense one, and then you have another one which is basically popular film Oscars.
No.
And they have the same category.
Yeah, but then that makes it makes it seem like that's like them telling us that what you would call popular films, and then that's the other thing as well. Like, how do you categorize a popular film?
Anything
Just a film.
else dominating the box office. That's how you would do it. You do it on the money.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Then that makes it seem like one, money's the only important thing, and two, like your films aren't as good as like these other films when clearly they can be.
And your point is the Oscars?
What do you mean? My point is,
Wasn't it all about the money? That they wanted to get the sponsors and all that stuff. That's the reason why they got rid of Kevin Hart.
no.
Or Kevin Hart was made to be, put in a situation.
Well,
That's
no,
what
they
they
didn't.
care
No, they didn't get rid of him. They asked him to apologize. He said
said
no
no.
and stepped down.
Yeah. And I agree with that. But then
No one said anyone disagrees with that, but that's not like saying, they're doing it for the money. And
I don't know. I think they are.
anyway, disagree. Hard disagree.
That's the reason why they were looking to introduce the popular film categories. It's the same thing with any.
No, they were looking They're looking to do that because they want more people to watch the Oscars.
If they want more people to watch the Oscars, that's one way of doing it. You just do it based. So you have one that is for the film, or the films that we love.
Yeah, but
so
then it devalues everything.
Doesn't.
Then there's no point having it. There's no point having it. Why would you bother watching the Oscars if it's not worth anything?
What you do?
Already it's hardly worth anything because all it is
is
a bunch of people decided to give each other awards for doing their job. Yeah, like fine, whatever. But you're gonna devalue it even more by saying these films matter, these films matter less. But these films matter kind of on a different level because they make a lot of money.
No, the way that they do it is that they don't call it the Oscars. The Oscars still have its own credibility and its own prestige.
Yeah.
And you just create an offshoot brand that's nothing really to do with the Oscars, and you can earn your money for the advertising. So when you actually do the Oscars, you ain't fucking having to worry about all this other bullshit.
Yeah, still disagree.
I know.
Still disagree. What would happen is everyone would start watching those other off-brand Oscars, and no one would watch the regular Oscars.
And it wouldn't matter.
It would matter because that's what they want people to watch.
They don't want people to
They
watch
want
the
to give these people awards.
Yeah, and it still can.
No, but how? What? Quietly in the van?
Yeah, doesn't matter. Like the customary sort of thing is that if you are a actor, you sit down. The award ceremony is for you to be honoured amongst your peers. That's what they give a fuck about.
Yeah, but if that was the case, it wouldn't be on TV.
That's what I'm saying. But if it's offshoot and it's like just them within that room. That's all that fucking matters. And then you probably get a professional attitude about the fucking actors and better
I
performances.
don't think so.
I reckon.
I don't think so.
I reckon.
No one's going to turn up. Why are you going to turn up if you're not going to be on TV? What's the point
Because you're an actor.
dressing up and walking the red carpet if you're not going to be on TV?
Because you're an actor.
Yeah, I don't think so.
This is it. This is the argument. If the award was worth anything in the first place and it wasn't as superficial as it is.
It is. It's all superficial.
That's what I'm saying. So why not have that super duper deluxe crazy show with all the bells and whistles on then? Isn't that what they want? No. That's what the actors want, I would assume. Really. In regards to the critics and the people that actually review and take film as a serious art form, the Oscars, as horrible as it sounds, just doesn't fit in with the internet culture. Because everybody's got a rascal opinion. Unfortunately. Because that's how it used to be. It used to be the critics were as important as the celebrities. At one point.
I think that was ever the case.
Yeah, it was. There's people that critiqued film that were held up into high regard. So like people like Barry Norman, he was on TV, he was held in high regard.
Yeah, but not as high regard as a celebrity.
Well, this is an argument. This is my argument.
That's your argument. Because you're saying some outlandish
But now that the internet's
drunk
happened,
man shit.
No, but I'm saying now that the internet has now kicked into gear,
Yeah.
everybody's got a blog, a friggin', video or YouTube review, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's now been diminished. Like you can't just be that one guy
Yeah, but that's a
saying some
critic
stuff
thing. That's not an Oscar
as a critic. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what the Oscars are now. Oscars were below that shit, if that makes sense. So Barry Norman used to see him day in day out on film, whatever, age, whatever, that thing, and then you would kind of know him, because he's on every week. Whereas a critic that reviews a film for, say, Rotten Tomatoes or for the Oscars or, submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society, whatever you want, it would be one of those ones where they were held up a little bit higher than, say, somebody that just knows a little bit about film.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. It's like...
What?
Huh?
What?
That's what I'm saying. So, in regards to sort of like people that used to critique films and the actors, used to be the critics used to bash on the actors and the actors would get better. Now, we haven't got that system. All it is the actors versus the internet, which is basically stopping them from doing a lot of stuff. I'm not saying that's good or it's bad, but they're not in that field. So it's like, they're saying, oh,
but they're still critics. Like, they still exist. Like, even if we don't know them as well, like, I'm sure any actor that cares still knows, like, a few critics.
Yeah. But it's like one of those ones where for me anyway, critics are not what they used to be. Same thing with like, I mean, this is probably like the nearest thing that you get to some form of like honest critique.
Maybe.
In film.
Oh, maybe.
Like,
but like,
podcasts.
I don't really understand on what level, because people still care about like critics. Otherwise, they wouldn't be sites like Rotten Tomatoes and like Fandango or whatever. Like the Cinema Score. Like,
but the argument with the internet, and as horrible as it sounds, the argument with the internet is there's so many of them. Who do you trust? Who has the right amount of opinions? Who is fair? Who is just? Who matches my personality? Who do I relate to as a critic?
Well, you find one.
Well, this is the thing. You have to find one now before you'd know where they are.
No, you wouldn't.
Before, I knew where Barry Norman was.
Yeah, but do you fucking agree with him? Like, does he have your film sensibilities? Like, it's probably harder to find one before because there wasn't enough.
I mean, I reckon I agreed more with Jonathan Ross rather than Barry Norman. Don't get twisted. And he was like one of the reviewers of the show. But then saying that they'll give him a film that he likes, and he will basically review it.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of. I mean, so Jonathan Ross is probably like the only one that I kind of relate to. But in regards to just critics in general, it's all murky now. It's like, do you know anybody?
Again, it's probably like, easier to find a critic that you can trust than you could before.
Right. Take for example radio shows, right? Because I mean, I'm only using old mediums and old paradigms because
you're an old man.
No, because
you're no drunk man.
Shut up, bruv. Because it's completely different now. So, for example, with fuck's sake, you made me lose my train of thought, you motherfucker.
I didn't say anything.
So, no, but basically, what was I saying?
So you're drunk.
Nah, I'm just playing on it, to be fair. But it's like one of those ones where we have the internet and all that stuff, the way that I feel that the paradigm's actually changed is we do not have any clarity of where to go for information, even though we've got all the information ahead of us.
Yeah, but it's there for you to find. Like, yes, it's there. There's more. But like what you're talking about, it doesn't make any sense because there's less people, so there's less trusted voices for you to go to like whether a film's good or not. Like, I don't have to necessarily agree with a critic I trust, but once you get to know, you know, you kind of gauge where they're at in terms of films, what they like, what they dislike, and you know, like once you've seen a couple of films that they've seen, you can gauge where, you know, like where the kind of happy medium is. To whether, like, if they say it's good, is it worth you going to watch? Like, that's all you really need to know. And it's easier now because there's more information. More information can't be a bad thing.
You're
just lazy.
No.
You're just lazy.
It's because
I can see it right here.
What do you mean right there? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 subjects written, bruv.
Yeah.
And I've been able to, converse.
Yeah.
It's only because I've been defending myself that the friggin' podcast lasted so long.
You've been what?
Defending myself.
From what?
From your insulting nature, sir. Yeah. Speaking of insulting nature, the mailbag.
Who you got?
Basically, I've got Jen, Wylion from the Verge of Twitter.
Yeah.
And she asks the following question: if you're a chocolate bar,
oh my god, racist,
or a piece of candy, what chocolate bar would you be, and who would you like to be eaten by? That was the best one this week.
Snickers.
And who would you like to be eaten by?
Well, you don't want to know why.
And yeah, obviously.
So fucking nuts. Who would I want to be eaten by?
the best one? The other one is what sort of
I wanna
gasoline
know.
do you use?
Huh?
What sort of gasoline do you use?
In England, we don't use gasoline. Petrol, bruv. Sort yourself out.
That's terrible. So you're a Snickers and you're going to be eaten by who? Because I'm assuming that once you are eaten, you're dead, right?
Yeah.
This is the thing. It's like
I'm thinking like maybe like a granny with no teeth, so at least I don't get bitten.
So you want to come out
Just
solid?
get sucked.
It's grim, bruv. It's grim. It's fucking grim. Oh god. But this is the thing. Like, I was thinking the same sort of lines.
Yeah.
I was thinking I want to get eaten by a random 4-year-old because they always leave the chocolate bar on the side.
They just leave one bite and just leave it on the side.
But then I'm thinking I'm just gonna walk around with deformity for the rest of my life before I'm thrown into the abyss of blackness.
Better than dead.
I don't know, bruv. It might bite your brain. Maybe. I don't know what the chocolate bar equivalent of your brain is.
Maybe it's just like a collective conscience. Like as long as there's some chocolate bar left, you've got a brain.
So you can still live. You can still live your dreams.
You can still live your life.
Or do you reckon this once you have your wrapper off, that's like the equivalent of skin?
Nah, that's clothes.
That's what I'm saying. The wrapper is just
skin and clothes are two different things.
No, I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I mean, depending on which bar of chocolate you are. Because I'm thinking of my bar of chocolate at the moment. I'm thinking I don't want it to be an easy sort of thing, but I also do want it to be enjoyable. I imagine myself to be delicious. To quote Dragon Prince. I don't know if I'm delicious or not.
You have to be.
I reckon I would. I was asked a weird question as well. This is
one.
Yeah, this is by random people that I've met. What is your death row meal?
Oh my god, that's such a boring question.
I know.
What is it? Is it dinner?
But this is it. Everyone was being all conservative about it in the thing, right? When this question was out in the open, I didn't want to answer it because the way I explain myself is that I assume I'm going to be innocent. I'm on death row, though. So
well, you might be innocent. People go to jail too.
So I would want it to be as difficult and as
like for them to make.
Yeah. No, I want it to be both difficult for them to make and provide.
Yeah.
And I want it to take as much time and be
like,
disgusting.
Like you need a certain type of like say fruit or something from.
Yeah. So
like
so it'll be like a buffet.
Peru or some shit.
I would describe an illicit and salacious buffet.
Yeah.
For one course of the meal, and then have another course for the meal.
Yeah.
I'll make it as difficult as possible, bruv.
Yeah. They'll probably just be like, it's too expensive.
I don't care, bruv. It's my last meal. You said I can do it.
Just keep them alive. It's too expensive.
That's what I'm saying. That's another reason to do it. You know. So what's your one?
I have a piece of correspondence
from
what? You asked me your dumbass questions, yeah?
Bruv, those are two dumbass questions in succession.
Yeah.
That's it. Right,
yeah, but you don't know this one. This one might be good.
Okay, cool. Although we are speaking about the gorillas.
Yeah, that's true. This one is from @verbalbin.
Is that their name?
What?
@verbalbin.
Verbal bint.
Bint.
Yeah, I assume it's a play on like verbal kint from Usual Suspects.
One of them. Carry on.
What? I mean, it's always, bruv. Look what we're doing. It's always going to be one of them. It's always going to be one of them.
Fine, carry on.
Have you ever watched a show where you dislike the main character? So like when I guess like.
Well, you did.
Guess what?
Walking Dead.
No, but I didn't dislike the main character.
Yes, you did. You hated Carl.
He's not a main character. He's supporting cast, bruv.
I suppose.
Supporting cast. But I have done it. In fact, I'm doing it right now.
Which one?
With Star Trek Discovery.
I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know.
I really, really... Not only do I dislike the main character, I dislike the person playing the main character. I'm not a fan of her acting style. I don't know, like... I guess, like... I just have a really bad thing about female actors that can only do like a couple of facial expressions. Because she's another one. And actually,
she's not.
She was on Walking Dead.
Oh, is that the? Yeah, she's only got like 2 facial expressions, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's painful to watch, especially when she's the main character. It's so hard. It is so hard, and like they make her this super character where she's the best at everything. Like they call on her for everything. I'm like, fuck this bitch. Fuck this
everything
bitch.
about the facial expression.
But everything else about the show I'm into. Like I like it. I like all the other characters. Like they just got a new captain. They got Captain Pike. Like I'm on board with him. They got that guy. Duncan. Is it Duncan Jones? Anyway, well, he plays Saru, but like he plays a load of characters just in films that are like heavily in makeup. Like he was in Hellboy or the Hellboys or Hellboy franchise. He was in The Shape of Water. Like he's in a load of like so he's always good. Like the cast is good. Like the production value is pretty good. Like it's not. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's up there. Okay. Obviously, it's not Game of Thrones money, but it is pretty good for something that's on streaming. Because in America it comes on CBS All Access, and over here we can see it on Netflix. Like the production value is good for what. I mean, I say for what it is, but like it's more than you'd expect. You know, it's almost movie quality. But like, yeah, it's a good show. But I just cannot stand the main character, a woman named Michael. And I'm not saying a woman can't be called Michael, but it feels like they've done that just to annoy people. It's just annoying.
It was a sexual fluid name, sort of thing.
Yeah, but she's not. Like, if she was, it would be cool. But she's not. But I mean, and Michael's not really a sexual fluid. I mean, it just is. They've just made it.
You got Michelle.
It's like it's the future. So a woman could be called Michael. It's just like you've just not really. You fought right next to the box. You haven't really fought outside the box. You fought very much next to the box.
On the line.
Yeah. You fought on top of the box. But apart from that, it's a good show. Another show where I used to hate the main character. I'm not hate. He's really annoying. Was Expanse, which is another really good show. Again, I don't know. Like maybe I'm into space shows, but it's another one where they're in space and there's all kind of mad shit happening between Earth, Mars, and like kind of like the people on the stations in between called the Belters. Like the main character in that always made horrible decisions. Always seemed to make everything worse. Every decision he made
pushes the story forward, though. Obviously,
I mean it does, but like when you like a whole load of characters and he's going against all the other characters and getting him in trouble and trying to almost getting him killed, it's difficult to watch. Like I really liked everything else that was going on, the story and like the production value is pretty good. It used to be on Fox.
Sci-Fi.
No, yeah. It used to be on Sci-Fi. It got cancelled last year, I think.
Got moved on to something else. Was it Amazon?
Prime, correct. So season 3, well, all seasons are on Prime, but I think season 1 and 2 might still be on Netflix. But yeah, it's a good show. I like all the characters. The story's good. Like Thomas Jane is in it as well. But yeah, main characters making terrible decisions all the time, and it was just fucking me off.
My one is the new Adventures of He-Man.
Okay.
That's the one where he had a ponytail.
Okay.
So you agree with me, don't you?
Yeah, I mean it's just the aesthetic of it, just like
It just felt wrong.
Yeah.
It's like I hated him. It's like no, He-Man can't have a ponytail.
Was that the one when he went into the future?
You went into the future. You had like a cyborg Skeletor and nothing made sense.
No, are you sure?
No, it's just in another galaxy.
Okay.
I mean, it had a fun enough plot, but it's like because
you
Prince
just
Adam
don't like the look of the.
didn't like it.
Yeah,
Just didn't like it, bro.
Yeah.
And only other one that I didn't like was Bionic Woman. I thought that was terrible.
TV series.
Yeah. Watched it the other day. I thought it was terrible. I liked her in EastEnders. Couldn't stand her in that.
I guess.
Is that
What, you liked the show but you hated the character, or you hated the show?
I hate the show. I hate everything. Bro.
Yeah, I don't think that's what the question is.
So,
It's where you like the show, you're on board.
oh,
for the show.
okay.
You're actually on board for the show, but you just dislike the main character. Because it's kind of a weird thing, because a show is built around like the main characters and the supporting cast. Like they're supposed to be people you like, unless they're supposed to be people you dislike. But in the case of both these shows, I think you're supposed to like, or both the shows I said, you're supposed to like the characters. They're building them up so you like them. You're supposed to be on board for the decisions and what they do and what's happening around them. But just for me, like I just can't do it.
I would say the originals. Then I liked the show the first 2 seasons, and then I just hated it afterwards.
Yeah, but which character did you hate?
I used to hate the indecisive witch character.
The black girl.
No. The werewolf. The werewolf mama. The werewolf baby mum.
I don't think I remember.
But then saying that she might well be supporting cast, I guess.
Probably supporting cast.
I don't know. Main character wise, it's a hard one actually.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, like I said, it shouldn't come up often because that's not what you want.
I'm trying to think. Maybe Magnum PI.
Or you hated Tom Selleck,
Oh yeah.
but you liked the show.
Yeah.
Why? What's your beef with Tom Selleck?
3 Men and Little Baby.
Yeah, but Magnum PI was way first.
Yeah, but it's because of 3 Men and Little Baby that I kind of knew about him.
What? So you saw 3 Men and Little Baby, and then you went back and watched Magnum PI?
No. I started off watching 3 Men and Little Baby when I was younger. Then I saw the same guy in Magnum PI. Even though Magnum PI was made before 3 Men and Little Baby, I had no time for this guy because I can't remember what it was they did in 3 Men and Little. It might be 3 Men and Little Lady.
You're just all backwards. I think you're drunk.
No, I think it's Steve Guttenberg. Steve Guttenberg, actually. No, fair enough. Steve Guttenberg.
You're definitely drunk.
Steve Guttenberg in Police Academy.
You didn't like him in Peace Academy?
Yeah.
Are you nuts?
I didn't like him.
Are you nuts? Like, Mahoney is the fucking show. Like, he's the film. Like, he's the whole thing.
That's what I hate about it. I like the other characters. Like the guy with the voices. Like the tall
But
bitch.
you can, what?
I like the tall bitch.
What tall bitch?
The woman that was with Mahoney was the one with the big tits and all that stuff.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
then
you would.
Hightower,
Yeah,
squeaky voice girl,
yeah.
Bobcat.
He was annoying.
That's what I'm saying.
He was annoying.
I'm just saying in regards to the main
Squeaky
character.
voice woman was annoying after a while.
All of them were annoying.
Hightower wasn't annoying.
It was.
Nah. He didn't even do anything. He was just tall.
It just randomly shows strength from when it is really needed.
But that's what it's for. You don't show strength when it's not needed.
Do you remember
Then you're just arrogant show.
Police Academy, the TV
Narcissist.
series? Not the TV series, the
animated
cartoon.
series.
Yeah.
Yes.
Terrible, right?
It was great. It was great.
It's the guy Biff. Is it Biff with the one with the gun? The one that used to always
I
can't remember that name.
know his name, but yeah, he was good.
Calhoun. Is it Calhoun?
Yes, it was Calhoun. Yes.
I remember because when you said Mahoney, I was thinking Mahoney and Calhoun, and then the sergeant and the assistant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always caught up in the Blue Oyster.
A couple of times, yeah.
Terrible stuff. That was when it was okay to rip into gay people. Like,
Yeah, but technically, I mean, did they really rip it to gay people? They just made them go to a gay bar.
and then come back romanticized.
Nothing wrong with that.
Terrible stuff. Terrible. It was weird. It's like They didn't say it's bad to be gay,
Yeah.
but they didn't say it's right to be gay.
Yeah.
It was like,
Make
let's
up
have
your
the
own
goods.
mind.
Make up your own mind, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like to get the proper context, I would have to see it again. But to my memory, it wasn't necessarily bad. Like it wasn't necessarily.
It's like
They had fun at the gay bar. Like,
this is it. This is it. It's crazy. So if anything, it was saying even these dickheads can get on with gay people, so you should too. Minimal.
Maybe I wouldn't want to, bet my
read into
my
it.
life
Yeah, same. Yeah, we'll probably have to watch it again.
Yeah.
The first one's probably definitely going to be like, hey, if you're a fag, you're queer, blah blah blah.
Possibly.
It's probably going to be like loads of gay, anti-gay references in the first one.
Possibly. Possibly. But yeah, I don't remember. So.
Let's watch it. Yeah, dangerous world we live in. Any more in the mailbag?
Nah, that was it. I just.
Okay, so our sacks are empty. Pause. See, that's meant to be offensive and gay, anti-gay, as it were.
Why is it anti-gay?
Because you're saying that you have to stop yourself from being gay. That's what I read online anyway.
What?
It's weird. It's weird. It's like one of those.
Are you
Look
drunk?
No, I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. Not anymore. But if I was drunk, it'd be funny.
Maybe.
Or funnier.
Disagree.
Is funnier a word? Fuck. Anyway, we'll wrap up this show. I think we've said enough.
Yep.
Yeah, follow on us on all media outlets. And yeah, later.